Okay, with your core financial protection fund firmly in place, you're directing your earning, saving, and investing efforts toward the amount that will make you financially independent. The next step is to decide what that amount should be. There's no fixed amount of money, of course, that determines financial independence, just as there is no one amount that will suit everyone. How much you will require to become financially independent will be influenced by such factors as the economy and where you choose to live. But most important of all, it will be determined by the lifestyle you decide you must have to be comfortable and to enjoy a sense of well-being. This means, at the least, having enough income to cover your needs, and we sometimes get into difficulty trying to separate our needs from our wants. There is a difference. It's the difference between an economy car and a Rolls-Royce. Both will get me where I want to go. My lifestyle may tell me that I want a Rolls, but the economy car is all I need for transportation. Obviously, for most of us, our wants far exceed our needs, both in quantity and in quality. But that's okay. Having wants is healthy. They keep us growing and expanding. We get into trouble, though, when our wants become our needs. As we mentioned earlier, too many people with enormous incomes never achieve financial independence because they make needs out of their wants. You may still be wondering what we mean when we use the term needs. Needs are simply the things you decide you must have to live life in reasonable comfort. If you're comfortable in your present lifestyle, perhaps what you now have will define your particular needs. If you're comfortable, it usually means you have what you need, even though your wants have yet to be satisfied. Now, no one needs a mansion in Beverly Hills or Palm Springs to be comfortable, but a lot of people believe they do, whether they can afford it or not. It's maintaining commitments to just that kind of Rolls-Royce lifestyle that keeps many people with million-dollar incomes from achieving financial independence. There may not be anything intrinsically wrong with living a life of keeping up with the Joneses if that's what you like. But think how much more fun and stress-free it would be if you could live the comfortable lifestyle of your choice and not have to worry about meeting your next mortgage payment. If you manage your growth in sensible, logical steps, you can truly own your possessions instead of them owning you. A young couple I know had financial independence in mind when they went shopping for their first house. Although they had the resources at hand to buy something much more expensive, they chose a modest but substantial 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in a nice neighborhood that exactly fit their present needs as well as their long-range plans for financial independence. They call it their experimental house because it's given them freedom to add improvements and comfortably learn to manage the responsibilities of home ownership while meeting their long-term savings goals. So let's move forward by determining what it will take to make you financially independent. Begin by totaling up all of your current monthly expenses. Assuming you're comfortable with your present standard of living, if you stopped working, could you cover those expenses from the income of your investments? If not, the difference will tell you how far you have to go to become financially independent. It's as simple as that. Please keep in mind that your objective is an investment income that exceeds the outgo of expenses for a reasonably comfortable standard of living. It involves establishing and maintaining a financial and emotional equilibrium that can accommodate the deferral of a backlog of wants. You will quickly find that the compromises necessary to maintain that equilibrium are more than justified by the personal freedom gained with financial independence. Strategies for funding financial independence will vary with individuals, but essentially you have 3 options to consider. First, you can increase your earnings and thereby also increase your savings and investments until you've accumulated the amount you need. Or second, you may find that compromises in your current lifestyle are necessary in order to meet your long-term financial goals. It may pay to deliberately economize in some sectors of your budget, for example, in order to increase your level of saving. The third option, and the one I recommend, is doing both at the same time. Increase your earnings and cut back on your expenses. This is the fastest way to reach your goal. If you keep your goal firmly in mind, you can accept these temporary adjustments in lifestyle as the inconveniences necessary to acquiring a much better lifestyle. Certainly one of the objectives of your financial independence will be to regain any comforts you may have temporarily sacrificed, and nothing is more satisfying than the comforts in life that you've earned. Once you've reached a level of financial independence, however, I want to offer a word of caution that you don't let your expectations get ahead of your income stream. For example, suppose you're living comfortably on your investments in an apartment or condominium or starter home. But after a while, you begin thinking about how much nicer it would be to live in a large, upscale house in an exclusive neighborhood, and then you begin to feel frustrated because you can't afford the house. Now, that's the point when I say, hold it right there. Stop and think again. Just consider what you have. Your investment income will permit you to live where you are for as long as you like without ever having to work again. You are enjoying independence, something that few people in the world ever achieve in their lives. You have great opportunities to improve your situation. So enjoy and celebrate your accomplishment. Don't spoil it with premature and unrealistic expectations for something more than you have. The truth is, once you achieve financial independence, you're in a position to set new goals for increasing your income through your investment strategies. The original target level for your independent income should be the base from which you plan to grow. You'll then be in a position to set new goals for fulfilling many of the ones that you have either deferred or lately decided you should have to enhance your lifestyle. You're now moving into the ultimate of financial independence, the freedom to do whatever you want. You're now in a position to think beyond mere needs and aspire to your heart's desire. Constantly setting new goals will keep you growing and expanding for a lifetime because, as once are fulfilled, you'll discover new ones to pursue. Life offers us never-ending opportunities to see, to do, to have, and to become all that we wish. Financial independence gives you even greater access to these opportunities. And you realize, of course, that even though financial independence means that you don't have to work, for most people that means finally having the freedom to work at something they really love. This is really an exhilarating experience. You then have options to explore exciting new dimensions of life. You can afford to experiment with new interests and can begin to make choices based on wants rather than merely needs. Your life, your horizons, your world will expand in ways you never dreamed possible. In concluding, let me add the important reminder that you make firm estimates of your financial goals and keep them current and constantly in mind. First, determine an amount for your financial protection fund. Then, the amount that will give you financial independence. Write the figures down and review them daily. Fixing these financial goals in your mind will strengthen your ability to achieve them. I'm sometimes asked what purpose can be served in life by acquiring wealth and becoming financially independent. I assure you that you can do more for the world from a position of financial strength than from financial weakness. There's simply no question that the more money you have and the better steward you become of it, the greater contribution you can make in the world. Don't underestimate the contribution you can make to the world by pursuing your dreams. You have the power within you to accomplish whatever you decide to do. All great achievements begin with a goal, a plan, and a commitment. Then, if you're willing to pay the price, you can have anything you want. But as you aspire to your financial goals, please keep in mind that money, in the last analysis, is only a means to an end, not an end in itself. Don't let money control your life. Be the master of your money, not its servant. You'll then find, as I have, that mastering money is a way of mastering yourself. Also, as you pursue your goals, remember to be thankful for what you already have, wherever it is you find yourself. You can create a fortune starting from anywhere at any time. Others have done it, and so can you. Remember, too, while on the way to your fortune, to share your growing success with others who need help. Consider what you give as an investment because it will be returned to you many times over. And finally, above all, enjoy the journey. Life is not a dress rehearsal. The time to live your life fully is now. I dare you to do it.